Oh yeah, come on.
So amazing.
Found a bogged full drive. Some of the most well-regarded elders in the area.
That's spinning.
Check this out. It's so eerie out here. It literally feels like you're being hunted. Found a big salty, eh? Come sneak up on me.
Stop, 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 stop.
We are in the Kakadu National Park. Well, almost. We're almost there.
We're going out to South Alligator River. Whether that's in Kakadu or not, we're not 100% sure.
But all we do know is the road is extremely corrugated. So we've just dropped the tyres on the van. But there's a massive sign out the front saying there could be Barramundi out here.
It says Barramundi size limits in Kakadu. Well, we must be in Kakadu because it said Kakadu National Park and it said 55 centimetres. So surely at the start of a road to a campsite with a river, we're going to catch a barra.
The rig's all hooked up here. We got Leroy the Land Cruiser and Big Keith Urban hooked up. You can't tell I'm that bloody excited. Kakadu is definitely on our bucket list, and check this out. We're heading straight up this road and it heads to that river right there. So far the track's been pretty good, like it is very corrugated, check this out. And the track's gone real skinny, like single lane, so yeah, we're almost there. It hasn't been that long, probably only 20 minutes on this track, and it is beautiful in here. It feels so remote, like there's just nothing out here. Don't know what the campsite's gonna be like. Hopefully it's worth the drive in and dropping the tires and all the bullshit that we had to do to get in here, but yeah, cool little track in, that's for sure. You definitely feel like you're really remote when you come out here. Just made it into camp, and let me tell you, it looks that fishy, and there is absolutely not one soul here. So it was a little bit of a crap track. It got real narrow right at the end. Definitely maybe scratched the van a little bit, but hey, we do that every episode at the moment. But definitely worth getting down here because there's absolutely no one here, so we would take that any day and put a scratch on the van. So yeah, we'll pull up, set up, and then go for a fish and hopefully catch me very first ever barra. Fingers crossed. Who's catching the first barra?
Me.
All right, so we just rolled into camp, sick campsite. We just set up, Starlink's running, but it is time. It is time for me to try and catch a barramundi with all these lures. Look at this, all pretty much fishless. Caught heaps of fish off these, but all the rest of them, squid, caught heaps of squid. But yeah, let's have a red hot crack. I'll walk down the river. I might try a popper first, and then maybe a gold bomber, and see how we bloody go here. Rightio, I started out with the popper and I've just walked up the bank. I've just got a vibe on now, but how crocky does that look, eh? I'm just trying to find a spot where I can actually fish because it's all trees and stuff. Like if you had a boat, you'd be half a chance, but I've got to find a bit of a clear spot. Definitely got to watch yourself in here. There's no one around, so if you get stuck, and I've got no shoes on either, so got to watch out for taipans and all sorts of stuff in here. Might step on some croc shit somewhere. If we can't find either a monster croc or monster barra. That's right, but it almost feels like you're being hunted today when you're when it's so quiet and no one around in here, eh? Definitely. Oh, that fire's still smouldering. Someone might have been here last night. Looked like they dropped their tinny in here. Unless that's a huge croc slide, but looks like a tinny to me. Oh, found a big salty, eh? Massive. Oh, he just disappeared. Damn it. As soon as I opened my mouth and made a bit of noise, he's out of here, but there's no doubt he's probably going to come sneak up on me. Pretty decent size. He was bigger than me, so, well, at least. You can only see their head. It's so deceiving, like how long they are. It's so eerie out here, eh? It literally feels like you're being hunted. Like, yeah, it's gnarly. And the kangaroos, I can hear them snapping sticks and bouncing through the bush, so like, it's super eerie. I can hear the jabberoos making this creepy sound as well. These jabberoos are big birds, and yeah, but this is the Australian bush for you, and it doesn't get much better than this. It's just so peaceful in here. Peaceful as long as I don't get eaten by a big croc, so I won't be getting any closer to the water than this. It's a very deep drop off just there, so. Massive giveaway. We're giving away a 200 watt iTech World solar blanket valued at 500 bucks. All you have to do is 2 clicks. Subscribe to our YouTube channel by hitting that red button. Also, go to our description, click the link that says iTech World giveaway, subscribe to iTech World, so 2 clicks and you could win yourself something valued at $500. This 200 watt solar blanket. I cannot wait to draw this one, guys. Good luck. I've tried about 4 different lures. I'm getting smoked by mozzies. Thick as bugger in here. I'm seeing a lot more fish activity now, a lot more splashing, so I might be half a chance, eh? But he tried hard. It's not a matter of not trying, I don't think. It's maybe my skills. But it's dark now, so it's probably best to pack it up and go back to camp, because I am by myself in croc country, so it's probably wise to go back and have some dinner. So we'll see you in the morning. Rightio, it's a new day. We've woken up and we're just making our way off this bloody track. It's such nice country out here. All these like burnt, I don't know if they're palm trees or black boys. Pretty cool. I think they are palm trees, but it definitely is awesome country out here. How pretty is this? Look at this. But everyone always tells us now, oh, you can't get nice spots to yourself these days. There's so many people traveling. Well, you can. You just got to come to these spots that are a little bit less driven, and the spots that people don't want to drive because it's corrugated, it's skinny, it's a little bit daunting, but if you just take the risk, sometimes it does pay off and you get places to yourself like this. Look, this is where we feel the most at home, when we're out in the bush like this. Rightio, I'm going to show you guys how to replace a core. As you can hear, if you're not sure if your core's buggered, get some spit and put it on the end of the valve stem, and it'll blow bubbles in your spit. So that one's pretty obvious because you can hear it hissing. So I'll show you how to do it. So first of all, you're going to need a little tool that removes the valve core. You're going to stick it in. And only do this if you've got a compressor with you, because you're going to take the valve core out and it's going to piss air, right? So you've got to have everything organised. There we go. We get our new valve core. Like so. And you just twist. There we go. And as you can see there, don't go ridiculously tight because there's only a little thread on it. But as you can see there, no hissing anymore. Check it with a bit of spit. No more bubbles, so there's no air coming out of there. Now, I'm gonna be able to pump this thing up, but I reckon I lost about 10 PSI in about 3 seconds then. So it's pumping up now beautifully. So that's how to replace a valve core in your valve stem on your tyres. I wouldn't leave home without a tyre repair kit. and some valve cores. They're so cheap and easy to use. So
we had a puncture in our Give River Road, like in our tyre, and we repaired it, and that lasted the whole give.
Yeah, we ended up doing the Cape.
And the Cape as well.
So there you go. We did over 100,000 on a gummy worm in the tyre in the repair kit. So
saved us about 400 bucks.
Yeah.
Well, how much are these?
Yeah, probably 500 now. Okay, so we're cruising into Mardigal campground. I think that's how you say it. Sarah says it well different to me. Mardigal. I think that's. I think the lady at the visitor centre, she was Indigenous and she said it like that. So we're probably doing it wrong. Anyway, this one is rock up first in best dressed, and let me tell ya, we are earlier than usual, 12:30. So hopefully we get a good spot here.
But the guy comes around every afternoon and collects your fees. So you just find yourself a spot, and then he'll come around, and it's $15 per adult, so 30 bucks a night.
Which is pretty.
Oh, wait. Oh no, that way.
Straight?
Yeah. Caravans, so there's 1 and 2. 2 is for obviously like rooftop tents and stuff, and then 1 is for
we don't know what we're doing pretty much. We're already lost and we just haven't even got to the campground. Anyway, the Savi, we are going out to Jim Falls, which is huge.
36 today.
Yeah, 36 degrees, which it isn't quite that yet, but it's not the hottest part of the day yet. So we'll set up. Wow, there's no one here. Set up the caravan and yeah, head out to Jim. What a spot. So we just finished setting up. We're one of the only campers in here actually, which is a massive surprise. So definitely come into this joint. You don't camp with anyone else, but we've set up.
It'll be the time of the year though.
Yeah.
A few people have said like it's starting to get hot now, so people will just bugger off from the NT. So it's uncomfortable during the day, but it's good because you get a bit of space.
It's bugger off hot. Anyway, having some lunch before we head out to Jim. Having the Laska, what is it?
Tom yum soup.
Tom yum soup, that's it. Anyway, it's a bloody good meal. And yeah, we'll head out to Jim I reckon now. But it's hot, it's about 35 I reckon, so definitely need a swim. Jim's about 60 k's away, so it's a fair old drive, so we better head off soon. Right now, this is like really corrugated. Rightio, here's my #1 tip for corrugated roads, because this one is bloody corrugated, and that is drop your tyres, because normally, well, let's put it this way, roads get corrugated when people drive on them, no matter what you do, no matter what speed you're going, but it's just the speed in which they get really rough and corrugated is what you can change. So if you drop your tyres straight at the start of the track, it's definitely going to help the road, it's definitely going to help your car, it's going to take the brunt off all your running gear, your suspension's not going to work as hard if you've got a lot more cushion in your tyres, and it's going to make your ride a lot more enjoyable. Plus, you're looking after the road, you're looking after everyone else as well. So that would be my #1 tip for corrugated roads, and that is pretty common knowledge these days, but there'd be a few people out there that wouldn't know that. We've come across a heap of people that haven't dropped their tyres, even up doing like the PDR and stuff. So yeah, definitely drop your tyres. For us, we're about 3.5 tonne. Shit, this is corrugated. 3.5 tonne, and we drop the rear, drop it down to about 30, and the front I drop to around 25. They're our really good corrugation pressures. We can go lower than that. If you're towing your caravan, I would say dual axle, single axle, 2 different things. We've owned both and done corrugated roads in both. Single axle, you can't go as low because there's more weight over a common point. Dual axle van, the weight's spread out across 2 sets of tyres, so you can drop your tyres a little bit lower. For us personally, we can drop our caravan all the way down to 20 for corrugation. So it's one of those things, it's horses for courses, and it depends if you've got a dual or a single, but single I would say go to around 30 PSI. That's for a bigger single, and if you're a lightweight single axle, I'd go pretty low as well. So Anyway, there's my number one tip. This road is bloody corrugated, it's ridiculous. So it's gone from like pretty much a massive highway, well it's very corrugated, to this little skinny goat track, and we are heading in. We're following Hema here. It isn't that well signed, but you definitely need a full drive to get in here. That looks exactly like the Coburn Ranges at the Pentecost there, and I dare say we're almost here. But that road was more corrugated than an old tin shed, and if you're not equipped for that, definitely don't come down here because it will not be forgiving on your vehicle. So a lot of people remember my Litchfield rant about the crocodiles. So just be careful, because people still get attacked in swimming holes around here because it's a reduction joint. So it's not like there's no crocs here. No one's, you know, patrolling it every day for a croc. And crocs have legs. They can move into new swimming holes. That's what they do. They hunt around for a food source. It's reduction risk. It's not swim here. It's swim at your own risk. So have a read of this. Far out, this place is amazing. Check this out. Rocks are freaking massive. Literally insane. Feels like I'm going back 1,000 years. And it won't do it justice. That's like 100 and something meters high, surely. Look at it. And this is what the walk is. You just gotta navigate these huge boulders. Definitely don't bring your nana on this one. Are you kidding me? Check this out. $150 meters of sheer rock face. That's what that looks like. And the water is freezing. And I'm gonna do my best to describe something that's probably not best described with words, but when you get freezing cold and you go stand out in that sun, you know, and you get like goosebumps, that's literally what's happening now. The sun's coming around the side of the cliff here and it's just lighting up the whole gorge. So this is the time to come down, and there's not another soul down here, which is mint. So wicked spot, 100% recommend this, and it's well worth the walk. Trust me, the walk is hectic.
Alright, I'm sure you guys are wondering what the hell we're doing up so early, but we are going to do one of the most amazing things that you can do in Kakadu National Park. This one was recommended to us by Zach and Shana, so we're very excited.
You know, the bloody double ganger of me that was teaching me how to weld the other day, that's who recommended it to us, and hopefully we see some crocodiles.
No walls, no managers out here telling me what to do. It's just me and you out in the wild together. Here we go. Through the wild. That'll bite off your nose. The crocodiles prefer husbands, boyfriends, and Collingwood and Manly supporters. Got Barra Tuesday, Barra Wednesday.
This is so
It's all
cool.
real here. This one's a little bit bigger. Yawning, yawning, still yawning.
That's the best seat the whole time.
And it lifts up hard its body with you still in it, and it flicks you. Boom, boom, flicking you into pieces, and then consuming you piece by piece. People. So respect the crocodile, otherwise I will see your name front page NT News. We love a good story up here.
Thoughts on that tour?
I reckon it was pretty sick.
That was not a Keelan tour.
Yeah.
And he was engaged the whole time.
Normally with nature stuff, like I do listen and stuff, but we had like one of the local fellas, he's indigenous, so he knew all the ins and outs of all the wildlife, native names,
and he
history.
taught us a lot about culture, which is really cool. It wasn't just like a nature tour, it was more about like learning about his history and the culture. And
you guys would have copped little clips of him talking about stuff. He was a funny bugger.
Everyone was laughing the whole time. It was so funny.
He was a funny fella, that guy. But yeah, he taught us about the crocs, about the bird, like a lot about birds, about how like the introduced species, anything, he reckons anything with a hoof in Australia is an introduced species.
There's actually tullum out here, which I didn't know that.
So horses, buffalo, pigs, all that jazz all get euthanized, and he reckons he eats everything up here. Like all the indigenous boys, they just have a field day on all the introduced species. They reckon it tastes that good. So
well, they're allowed to eat anything up here,
apart from humans. We have just dropped our new merch. We've got a few different designs. They're all available on our website, so it'd be really appreciated if you go over and buy some stuff, support us, get some sick merch, and yeah, thanks heaps for the support, and hope you enjoy the video. All right, so a bit of a story. We've just come down the track here, and we found a bogged full drive, and it's one of the Shire ladies showing around some of the most well-regarded elders in the area. Very, very important people, and she's got herself absolutely bogged. She doesn't drop their tyres, so we're gonna give her a hand here. I'm just dropping her tyres down now. Hopefully a quick recovery and get her out pretty quickly, but yeah, the elders are just sitting under this tree over here, and yeah, I've come to the rescue with Sarah, so we'll try to film a tiny bit of it and show you guys what the situation is, but it's pretty funny, eh? But yeah, hopefully 20 PSI gets them out. It's funny what you come across out in the bush here. We're out in country, and we're finding some pretty funny stuff, so.
Don't stall it. Just walk out, he reckons. Nah, it's spinning. There we go.
What was happening is they were the most significant or the most important elders in this region. So cool. We just got them out of the bog, and they were literally bogged to the chassis right here. Like underneath it was all bottomed out.
But they'd already tried to dig themselves out. They'd put branches and trees down to try and get themselves out. So they would already tried. And
one of the elders, I forget her name, we met him. I wanted to get like a photo with them or something, because how often do you get to meet the most significant elders of like one of the most culture rich places in Australia?
Yeah, they were so lovely.
They're going around to all the traditional sites and all the
sacred sites.
Yeah, the sacred sites that no one can even go to. So it's so cool. And I even asked her, I said, where can I catch a barramundi? I was a bit cheeky. And she's like, gave me this 6 spot. So that's where we're going now. But fuck, I'm just buzzing, eh? That was so cool. And it's been ages since I drove a 79 too. Definitely has nothing on the 200. Big Leroy.
Back down, and I was like, oh, here we go. He's going to want a manual car now.
Yeah, but we got him out. Max tracks. I wanted to use the winch, but yeah, now we're going to reverse out of this track because I don't want to get bogged either. But yeah, that's so sick. I'm absolutely buzzing, eh? That was so cool. Oh, this better be a good tip. Got me fishing rod. Got a couple lures. Got me bloody hat on because it's 38 degrees or some shit. So
well, it's not as hot today as it was yesterday, I don't reckon, but it's also only 11 o'clock, so it's probably not the peak of the heat.
Yeah, so we're trekking through the bush here. Hopefully we can find a barramundi.
So funny, the ladies were just like, it's starting to warm up now. We're like boiling.
I was like I said, is this not hot for you guys? And they're like, nah. And I was like, alrighty, yeah. Us WA people, well, us Southwest WA people don't know what the hell we're in for when we come up to the places like this. So anyway, I think we're getting close to the spot. Do you know who I feel sorry for?
Yourself.
The people watching, because I keep putting fishing footage up in the vids, but not catching anything. So
it's showing people a realistic idea of fishing.
Yeah, I'm an average fisherman. Yeah, I'm not a bad fisherman. You can try fish, and even if you run into the to some elders and they put you on the spot, still can't catch anything.
I reckon you got your hopes up a little bit though. You're like, oh, here we go, surely I'm gonna get a fish.
I thought they put me on the honey hole, but I reckon they're keeping some secrets from me, eh? Oh well, we're heading up to Cahill's Crossing now, so be sure to see some fishing crocs up there.
See some crocs catching fish.
Yeah, see how it's done. Let the crocs show us how to do it. So anyway, let's jump in. We got an hour drive ahead of us. Kakadu, when you're here, you'll notice it's a massive national park, so definitely be prepared to do a bit of driving. It's way bigger than Litchfield. Yeah, make sure you got some fuel with you as well.
Alrighty.
Ready to see some crocodiles?
See some crocodiles catching
Catch them Barramundis.
crocodiles catching barramundis.
And they also eat Saratoga, mullet, all sorts of stuff. So this is literally the capital for crocodiles in the NT. Well, yeah. That's what I think.
She reckons you'll see easily between 30 to 80 crocodiles.
Pretty big range. Bringing the rod down, so fingers crossed.
You can bring it in before the croc gets it.
Yeah, our whole fishing careers around Australia, we've worried about sharks getting our fish. Now we've got to worry about crocs.
Getting crocked.
Let's see if we can get crocked.
Off. You actually got one.
Really? I had to be away. 2.5 years for that. Enough to... How sick's that?
Give him a kiss.
Oh, he's still kicking.
Don't go too close.
Don't you go in there with him.
Swim. That's sick. Woo! Woo! I wanted to let one of them out down there, but there was like 100 people down at the bloody thing there, so I couldn't celebrate like I wanted to. I was like, look, I was just like inside, just, oh yeah, come on. I caught that barra. How sick was that? I reckon it was like 35, 40 centimeters, like real small but far out. That is sick. 1 in 3 years, while 2.5 years of trying.
Yeah.
This is sick. I didn't keep it too. Apparently it's very good luck if you get rid of the barramundi, give it back to the river if you catch your first one, but the second one I'm definitely keeping, even though that one was definitely well undersized. So anyway, I am frothing. We are going to go look at some Aboriginal art now, but that just made my year. I'm frothing. Thank you so much for everyone that stuck with me. I'd like to thank me mum, me dad.
Hurry up, me. So we are at Yuba Art Gallery and we're walking through and looking at all the rock art. It's so amazing. Some of the rock art dates back to like 20,000 years ago, so yeah, it's pretty special to be able to come here and look at it all and yeah, just feels amazing to be here.
Every year it fades, so
Yeah.
it may not be here one day. Seeing these rock art's pretty sick, but one thing that sort of surprised me is that they've actually drawn people with guns, and they've got a gun, so obviously you think straight away to the early settlers, and they've actually drawn them. So I don't know if you guys can see in there on that back wall, but that is a clear picture of an old musket rifle or something. So it's pretty cool how they documented everything that was happening. And the barramundis and stuff, they don't just draw the fish, they actually draw all the gizzards and the backbone and all the digestive tract in the fish as well, which I had no idea about. I just thought there was patterns in the fish, but yeah, super cool to see all and learn about it as well. But I'm blown away that they'll draw in the people that were coming into the country on boats and stuff, and the early settlers that would have taken over. So yeah, it's pretty gnarly stuff. How sick is this for a little viewing platform? I reckon back in the day they would have just sat up here and just watched. Like, you could literally just watch the world go by up here, I reckon. You can see forever. There's a fire cooking over there. You'd see animals and like stuff they were gonna hunt. Just best vantage point ever. There's no one. Alright, so we just made it back. What a fantastic day. From the moment we woke up, we jumped on a boat, did that sick boat cruise, ended up catching a barramundi too. Plus we did that sick bloody art site. Saw all the traditional paintings. Now, to cap it off, I thought, special occasion today, let's treat ourselves. I've cut these massive steaks. Look at the size of these things. Big Scotch billets. We got some chippies in the microwave. I mean the air fryer.
And I've got a nice big fresh salad, which I cannot wait for. It's so hot.
Yeah, so it's still 38 degrees or something like that. Look at the barbecue, she's smoking hot. It's ready for them steaks, but what a sick day. And we're capping it off with a mint dinner. 2024, Sarah and Keelan will be on Biggest Loser 2024. Check that plate out. So we got chili halloumi,
Honestly,
massive steak. That's ridiculous.
Normally we'd not say we're excessive, but
look at that.
yeah, she's
A few calories in that. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and go watch this video right here.